What's up, Heretic Nation? Over the past few months, we've followed my very first playthrough through Bloodborne, a game made by FromSoftware. I had a blast making this playthrough. It's very old footage back from when I first bought the game in 2018. At the end of the video, unfortunately, when I was using my face cam to interact with the audience more because it was the last time I was playing Bloodborne on stream, um, during that playthrough, we beat Murgo's wet nurse, we beat Gurman, we got all of the umbilical cord cords together to fight the moon presence like y'all saw. Um, it's just unfortunately, with the new setup that I had, it pretty much had screen tearing all throughout the footage, and when I repaired it and recovered it with my old hard drive, that screen tearing and the blurriness did not have my camera in. So when it gets to that part, you're going to see it. It's super blurry. There is no face cam set up in the corner, and it's just an overall bad experience. Uh, and there's 4 hours, two sets of 4 hours of gameplay that is all just set up right there. So what I did is that I supercut this entire episode. You're going to see me fight Erebritus and lose. I did fight and defeat the Celestial Emissary. You'll see that here in a little bit. Again, Murgo's Wet Nurse was down. You're going to see me defeating Gurman. What you're not going to see is the Amygdala fight. I defeated him because it was a very early, pretty much the first intro to the Nightmare boss that I was able to come into contact with. And by the time I actually got around to beating the Amygdala, I was so far over leveled. It literally took one pool to figure out his moveset and one pool to actually beat the shit out of him. Like, it was super fucking easy at that point. Because I had, the Ligarius wheel and a +9 great sword. The Moon Presence, right after the second or third time I fought her, I was completely out of blood vials and quicksilver bullets. I was out of everything. So I had to do a little bit of miscellaneous farming. Unfortunately, after I was done with that farming, the very next stream, which was supposed to be defeat Erebritus and defeat the Moon Presence, what ended up happening was that as soon as I had downed Erebritus, the game froze. And as the game froze during the Erebritus fight, her HP went to 0. She stopped moving. She did not go through the normal death animation for Prey Slaughtered, as she was supposed to. She just kind of stood there and stared at me. And that was pretty much for the last about eighth-ish of her HP bar. When I ended up restarting it, I had corrupted my game file, and I lost all of the progress. So the entirety of this first playthrough is lost forever. There's nothing I can do about it. And that sucks. Like, I really did enjoy my time in this game. My friend got it. Gull, Nathaniel, as y'all should know him by now after the last couple episodes, about midway through, he helped me out with the Vicar Amelia fight. He kind of guided me through the Forbidden Forest. And it was a great time. It was a solid 2-3 play sessions where he was like, come on, we're doing this. And he kind of showed me the ropes on how to be a hunter. That's why here at the end you're seeing me with my Ligarius wheel. He pretty much set my build straight because I was dumping a bunch of points into endurance when I didn't need to. And that was tough. Like, the toughest part about this game is either you having to look up a guide to do things, or having a friend who kind of understands the basics of the game. There came a point where Arcane was one of the stats that I was looking after and trying to go for as part of my main build, and it was just a useless stat. Like, it had nothing to do with my strength build that I was trying to go for. Coming into Bloodborne on a secondary account, like a second character with a different build in mind, like a legitimate build in my brain, it was a completely different experience. I was one-shotting bosses that took days to beat on my first playthrough. Things weren't as hard as I thought they would be. I started to go towards the Platinum Trophy, and that's all of the second playthrough. I played maybe half as much on the second playthrough than I did on my first one, and I've gotten so much further, and I'm at such a higher level. There were certain things that I wanted to show you all. I had a whole like mini series dedicated to the DLC setup. I lost all my progress on the DLC with the hard drive corruption. With the average video length being about 15 to 17-ish minutes to go through the area, to collect all the things, to get all the new armor pieces, to get all the new weapon pieces. Once I had gotten all of that done, the next episode would be the area boss. I think I only got up to Ludwig, which I needed Engall to come in and assist me with because I could not get him by myself. Once I got him into phase 2, it was game over, more or less, as far as a hunter point goes for me, at least, because I just, for the life of me, I could not beat Ludwig by myself. And apparently, a lot of people have a problem with Ludwig, so I don't feel as bad. But yeah, so episode 1 would have been me going into the Hunter's Nightmare, fighting all of the old hunters that are stuck in the nightmare. Once I'm done with that, episode 2 would have been the cleanup. Episode 2 would be the cleanup process, and then going into the boss fight and beating Ludwig. Episode 3 would be going into the observatory or hospital-like area right above it. Episode 4 would be fighting the failed experiments. Episode 5 would have been Maria. Episode 6 is the fishing hamlet, ending with the Orphan Accost fight at episode 7. That was the game plan. But again, as you're seeing on screen right now, this is what is left of all of the DLC. This is what's left of all the remaining gameplay. It's for the remainder of the video, this is it. This is the quality. This is all I could get out of an old hard drive that just wasn't cutting it anymore. Old hard drive died out. Sucks. Nothing I could do about it. Recovered a lot of the file, video, audio files on it. But that gray block in the corner is not your screen. It's not your internet messing up. It's straight up. It's the video. This is it. So for those of you who stuck around until this point, thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so very much for sticking through this playthrough. I know people don't care much for Soulsborne games, and the ones who do care for it are masochists. That's a joke, by the way. This has been a great playthrough. This has been Bloodborne from FromSoftware. Thank you all for sticking by it. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.